Level 1. The Curious. You're 19, broke, bored, living in a bedroom that smells like instant noodles and bad decisions. You've seen the documentaries. You told yourself you'd never actually go there. Tonight, that changes. You download the browser. Your hands are shaking, which is embarrassing because you haven't done anything yet. The page loads slowly. It looks like the internet from 2003. Ugly, plain, text-heavy. But what's listed on it is not plain. Pills, fake passports, stolen credentials, data packages, things you didn't know had a price, things you didn't know you could buy from your bedroom at 2 a.m. You don't purchase anything. Not yet. You just scroll. You read the reviews like it's Amazon. 5 stars, fast shipping, discreet packaging, would buy again. You close the browser. You sit in the dark. You open it again. Level 2, the first buyer. You start small. Everyone does. You place your first order, something low stakes. It arrives 12 days later in a padded envelope with a fake return address and a vacuum seal inside. No drama, no sirens, just a package, like anything else. That normalcy is the most dangerous thing that has ever happened to you. Your brain files it under, fine. You order again, then again. You're spending $300 a month on things no store will ever sell you. But you're also studying. You learn the forums, the language, the etiquette, which vendors to trust, how PGP encryption works, what an exit scam looks like, how to stay invisible. You're building knowledge. And somewhere in the back of your mind, a thought starts forming. Why am I the one paying? Level 3, the vendor. You list your first product on a Tuesday night. It takes 4 hours to set up. You use a name that has nothing to do with you, a profile picture that is not you, a writing style that is not yours. 2 weeks of silence, then 1 sale, then 3. You're nervous every time a package leaves your hands, but nothing happens. The reviews come in. Solid product, fast dispatch, 5 stars. Your rating climbs. Buyers find you. You're making $1,500 a month, then $4,000. You quit your job. You tell your family you're doing freelance work. That's not entirely a lie. You expand. You add counterfeit documents, fake IDs, international licenses. You source them from a wholesaler 2 levels above you. You mark them up 40% and relist them as your own. Then you add stolen account credentials, streaming logins, airline miles, retail accounts bought in bulk, sold individually. You are running 3 product lines. You are making $9,000 a month. You move into a better apartment. You pay cash for everything. You tell yourself you're being careful. Level 4, the operation. You can't do this alone anymore. You bring in 2 people. A friend who needs money and doesn't ask questions. A digital guy you met on a forum who handles your security. You never meet him in person. You don't know his real name. That's intentional. You now have a system. Intake, processing, dispatch, finance. Monthly revenue hits $40,000. You add financial instruments, preloaded gift cards, cloned payment methods, bank account packages. These move faster than anything you've sold before. The buyers are everywhere. Regular people who've convinced themselves that stealing from a corporation isn't really stealing. You take their money. You tell yourself the same thing. Your digital guy routes everything through 7 layers. Your name is attached to nothing. You exist in this world as a username and a wallet address, nothing more. You feel untouchable. That feeling is a trap. You just don't know it yet. Level 5, the broker. You stop touching products entirely. That was always the dangerous part anyway. Now, you connect buyers to sellers and take a percentage. You know enough vendors across enough categories that you've become a concierge for people with specific, unusual needs. Someone needs a pharmaceutical package no doctor will prescribe. You know 3 vendors with perfect ratings. Someone needs a clean identity built from scratch. You know a team in Eastern Europe who builds them in 72 hours. Someone needs raw data from a corporate breach. You know exactly who pulled it. You charge 15%, sometimes 20%. Your hands are completely clean. Nothing ships from your address. Nothing is stored in your home. You are a middleman in the purest sense. And middlemen, you've learned, are the hardest people to prosecute. You make $60,000 in a single month. You don't celebrate. You open another wallet. You move the money through 2 mixers in a shell account in Cyprus. Then, you start thinking bigger. Level 6, the marketplace. You've been planning it for 8 months. Not just a vendor, not just a broker. Infrastructure, your own platform. A marketplace where hundreds of vendors list products and thousands of buyers transact, and you take 2% of everything. It takes 4 months to build. You bring in a developer and a server specialist. Both are ghosts, both paid in crypto. You launch quietly. Word spreads on the forums. Within 3 months, 200 vendors. Within 6 months, 900. Month 7, transaction volume, $4.2 million. Your 2%, $84,000 in a month. The marketplace has its own reputation now, its own review system, its own culture, its own rules. You enforce those rules from behind a username nobody can trace. You are the landlord of a building you are never seen entering. And the building is enormous. Level 7. The Empire. Your platform is now one of the 5 largest on the network. Last quarter's transaction volume was $31 million. Your cut was just under $700,000. You have 11 people working for you across 6 countries. None of them know each other. None of them know your real name. You live in Lisbon now, a rented villa, a quiet neighborhood. You tell people you work in tech. Nobody asks follow-up questions. Your legitimate front businesses run clean. A consulting firm in Cyprus, a small property structure in Dubai. The money flows through all of it and comes out the other side looking legal. But the things moving through your platform have changed. You told yourself there were lines you would never cross. You crossed most of them, slowly, one at a time, always for a reason that made sense in the moment. Weapons components, certain pharmaceutical research materials, a brokerage operation running through your platform's private messaging that you shut down when you found it. You told yourself you shut it down because it was wrong. You're not sure that's true. You sit with that thought for a long time. Europol publishes a report that month about dark web financial flows. Some of the patterns they describe look familiar. Level 8, the ghost. Your security guy goes silent for 11 days. Then one message. They have the server logs from March. Get out. You don't wait. You trigger the dead man switch. The marketplace goes dark in 40 minutes. Vendors and buyers mid-transaction. Millions in escrow frozen. You move your liquid crypto through 4 mixers in 6 hours. 1 bag. Laptop. 3 hard drives. 2 passports. Not both in your real name. You're on a flight out of Lisbon before midnight. You land in Belgrade at 5 a.m. You pay cash for a hotel you've never booked before. You sit on the bed in the dark. You've run. Running means it's real. Level 9. The Hunted. The indictment is unsealed 6 weeks later. You read about it on a second-hand laptop from a cash market. 14 counts. Drug trafficking, wire fraud, money laundering, conspiracy to distribute. The DOJ press release calls your platform one of the most sophisticated criminal marketplaces in the history of the internet. They have a name for you. Not your real name, your handle. But they also have a photograph. Security camera footage from somewhere you thought was safe. It's not a great image, but it's enough. Interpol issues a red notice. You see your own face on a list between a war criminal and a cartel financier. Your mother is contacted by federal agents. She calls a number she hasn't dialed in 2 years. No answer. You think about calling her. You don't. You move cities every 3 weeks. Warsaw, Tbilisi, Almaty. You grow a beard. You stop sleeping more than 4 hours at a time. The paranoia is no longer a precaution. It's just your life now. Level 10. The Collapse. It's a Tuesday, a cafe, a city you've been in for 9 days. You've been careful. You're always careful. But careful has a ceiling, and you have hit it. The man who sits down across from you doesn't announce himself. He doesn't have to. You see the 2 at the door, the one outside the window. You understand immediately. It's over. He slides a document across the table. Your real name is at the top. You haven't seen your real name written down in almost 2 years. It looks strange, like it belongs to someone else. Someone younger. Someone who sat in a dark bedroom one night and opened a browser out of boredom and told himself it was just curiosity. Just curiosity. He tells you that you have 30 seconds to come quietly. You look at your coffee. It's still hot. You take one last sip. You stand up and you go.